We're on the road. Okay.
Good morning. My biggest success is getting over the things that have tried to destroy me or even take me out of this life. Those are my biggest successes. It has nothing to do with work. These are the words of Mr. Tyler Perry. Tyler was born Emmett Perry Jr. on September 13, 1996 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was born the middle child of Willie Maxine Perry and Emmett Perry Sr. Tyler endured years of abuse by his father, whose answer to everything was to beat it out of you. That's the way Tyler describes him. Tired of all the insults and the relentlessly beatings, Emmett Perry Jr. then changed his name to Tyler, distancing himself from his father. Following beatings from his infuriated father, his mind would just roam. One day he was watching the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he heard how troubles in life could be worked through if you wrote them down. It was a form of release that could be very helpful. Tyler gave it a try, and he discovered that not only did he like it, but he was good at it too. Through letters to himself, he came to terms with his childhood and even brought himself to the point where he could forgive his father for all the anguish that he caused his family. Disappointed yet determined, Perry continued to work odd jobs while reworking the show, I Know I've Been Changed. He staged the show in several cities, but his success still eluded him. Broke, Tyler was living out of his car for a time. In 1998, he tried one more time to win over theater audiences. Soon Tyler was performing to sell out crowds, and the musical was moved to a larger theater. After so many years of hard work, he finally earned critical acclaim as well as commercial success. He took the leading role in Medea's Family Reunion in 2006, which also he directed and produced, which scored well with moviegoers, bringing in more than $63 million. Now a major media figure, he established his own movie and acting studio in Atlanta that year. At one point, unable to take it anymore, he attempted to kill himself, slashing his wrist in an action that he called out for help. I found myself in a similar situation. As a child, I suffered with depression. Growing up, I always got picked on. I didn't want to go to school anymore because of it, and honestly, I didn't want to go home. To escape all of the bullying and depression, I thought about suicide. Being young and dealing with these issues wasn't easy, so I thought suicide was the way out. I started cutting myself, and my mother noticed, so she questioned me. Of course, I didn't know what to say or how to tell her, so she started hiding knives, and she also sought help for me. I started going to counseling, and things started looking better. I built confidence in myself, and I realized that dying wasn't the way to go about it, because I would have hurt the people that I really loved the most. Tyler suffered abuse physically and verbally. His father used to say things like, "You jackass, you got all the book sense, but you ain't got no damn common sense." The violence in the home caused his mom to pack up her car with him and his sisters and drive from Louisiana to California. His father reported that car stolen, so they went to jail until he came to pick them up. That's how bad he had it as a child. Me, on the other hand, I didn't have it as bad. I never suffered physical abuse. It was more psychological for me on the emotional side. I was very damaged when it came to my father. Growing up without him was very different. I was in elementary school. My friends always talked about their fathers. I didn't really say much because my father wasn't around. But of course, they didn't know that. I decided to reach out to my father, and that didn't go well. I just wanted to spend more time with him so I could have him and my mom as my support system. Instead of spending time with me, he worked and took care of his wife and my siblings. That alone hurt me. Then I started blaming myself. Why I did that, I really don't know. Because what can a child really do? To make their parent not be there? I really thought it was something I did, but then I came to the realization that some human beings can't handle all responsibilities. With that being said, I grew older, and I knew that I had to work very hard to help my mother with bills. I could not stand seeing her upset because of them, so I was determined to be somebody. I decided to take dual enrollment classes in high school and work 2 jobs. I did that because I made the decision to go to college, and since my high school offered college courses, I could take them free of charge and be an advanced student with transferred credits. That would eliminate a good portion of student loans. Working at McDonald's and Apple Market while in high school, I managed to pay bills in my household, and on top of that, my goal was reached. I had all the money I needed for college. Now that I'm in college, it's time for me to do well and become a very successful young man. I have many goals that will be accomplished. As of right now, I plan on joining the military post-graduation. While I'm in the Air Force, I plan on getting my master's degree in criminal justice. I always dreamed of working for the government, being a police officer, or even a detective. So I want to work as a CIA agent after I want to work 20 years in the service and then retire. I grew up in the church. Yes, I'm a Christian, and I love God wholeheartedly. Growing up being taught about Jesus was one of the best things that could have happened to me. I learned to pray and worship His holy name at a very young age. My religion played a big part in my life. With my mom being rooted in church, we went every Sunday, bright and early. She always told me, put God first and everything will fall in place. Reading my Bible and going to Sunday school taught me a lot more about who Jesus really was. I know it was Him who helped Tyler and myself through all of our hard times in our lives. I'm going to leave you with this scripture, Philippians 4, chapter 4, verse 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I said that to say this. And I said that to say this. Everyone goes through hardships in life. You have to overcome and surpass all negativity and really do what's best for you. Tyler Perry influences me in so many ways. One thing about him that really stands out is the fact that he never gave up no matter what was thrown his way. Instead of using stumbling blocks, Tyler actually used stumbling blocks as stepping stools and got through every situation. We went through very similar situations, so therefore I can be just as successful as he is.